like a kind of like a confession style deal, you know. So a lot of people ask when it comes to stuff like this, what's your motivation? What's your um, reason for wanting to do all this? And you guys will see in the next couple slides the truth behind my motivation. It's I've struggled for a long time, and a lot of people don't know this about me, or a lot of people just haven't cared enough to listen. But I've been a big dude, a fat dude, for a long, long time. And it's really what kind of got me into powerlifting, because I got to the point where I was like, listen, like, I'm never going to put the hot dog down and go for the abs. I'm just going to be big and strong. And, that was like, I look back at it and I appreciate the time and effort and energy that went into it. But I also look at it as like the easy way out, where instead of deciding to put my health and me first, I said, let's just get, as big and as strong as possible. And it took a long time for me to finally realize that that's not the right way to go, not the healthy way to go. And not saying that there aren't healthy powerlifters out there. There are plenty of guys out there that powerlift that are, sub 15% body fat, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, the truth be told is most powerlifters are big guys, generally unhealthy. You can say what you want to say, but being 400 plus pounds or 300 plus pounds on a frame that should be mid to low 200s, so you can put up 1,000 pounds, is not long-term sustainable. Is it something that you can do for a short period of time in life and be successful at it? Yeah. I mean, you look at guys like Ray Williams. I mean, Ray is someone that I look up to immensely. He's a friend of mine, someone that I consider to be, family. And he's just a big dude. You know what I mean? And I'm sure, being that he is still a little bit younger, that he's probably reasonably healthy. But there's also, I'm sure, things that he would change to make himself healthier, to get around better, stuff like that. And I'm sure, some people make the decision later on in life to take the step in the right direction. Some people don't. So to do something like this, those of you guys that have known me for a while and have followed me, have seen me work with other coaches, have seen me do things to try to get myself in shape. And some of you have seen me get into probably the best shape I've personally ever been in, but it just never progressed beyond that, whether it's self-sabotage or life or stress or whatever the case may be. It's never gotten to where I truly want it to be, which is, I want to be able to, at least for once in my life, have real abs and be what most people, to be able to walk down the street and have people look at me and go, wow, that guy's in shape. Not, wow, that's a big guy. Wow, he must be strong. Wow, he's menacing. No, I want the people to look at me as actually being a fit person, being in shape. And I just want to show all those people who have struggled with this for so long, people who have been through the same things I've been through, the people who have had the roller coasters and tried all the diets and done all the crazy stuff. I just want to show people that you can do it. It just takes determination. It takes time. It takes consistency. And most importantly, it just takes sticking to a plan. Do I have a coach? No, I'm my own coach. And I made the decision this time to do that because I don't want to let somebody else down. So it's about putting it all on my own shoulders and saying, look, you're putting yourself out there in front of the world. You're putting yourself out there in front of, thousands of followers and, whatever the case may be. And I don't want to let them down, so, and yeah, I could do that with a coach, but holding myself accountable, knowing what I need to do. I've been a fitness professional. I have, certifications in fitness, nutrition, all kinds of different crazy things. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to monitor. I know what I need to change in certain circumstances, in certain instances, but I also know that I can do it on my own. And if I need help, I have awesome resources of people that I can reach out to that will be happy to help me. And I may do that along the line. But at the end of the day, right now, today, I am my own coach. I'm going to make this difference. I'm going to take my life back. And I'm going to do it in front of all of you. And I appreciate you guys for following along. I appreciate you guys for being a part of this. And hey, week 2, let's roll.
so I can jump on you. When sometimes maybe if I go to the gym with him, I can like tell him to keep going and encourage him. Yes, because you need to be healthy, Father.
We can help my dad by motivating him. Also, I know personally for myself, not so much my younger sisters, but I can go to the gym with him. I'd be like, hey, today let's go to the gym, or even just the girls can go on walks as well, so we can all just go walk on walks together. Also, if you see him eating something that's not so good for him, be like, hey, you probably shouldn't eat that, and just stuff like that.
I'm kind of at the point right now where I'm not tethered to like a specific diet. One of the things that has worked for me in the past is to stick to kind of a calorie counting, kind of deal from the beginning. So I'm kind of MyFitnessPal in it right now, and shooting for, 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of weight loss a week. So it's not, I'm not going after a specific diet, but after a few weeks of just getting the balance of the training and diet back, then I will, write myself up a plan and stick to a specific plan. But right now, the only real rule of thumb that I've been sticking to is I'm fasting from bedtime, well, the last meal of the day, which is typically 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. I'm fasting from then until noon the following day, and then I have my first meal around noon, and then I'm having 3 meals between noon and my last meal of the day, period. Not eating every 2 hours, not carb cycling, not doing anything crazy right now. I'm literally just getting in about 2,500 calories between noon and my last meal of the day. And that'll be for the first couple weeks. And then as I start to see some changes and things start to happen, then I will write up a specific plan for myself and kind of move forward from there. Why I love Pembroke Pines. It is one of those cities that is all American, baby. So you're probably asking yourself right now, what's the significance of a fat guy doing some lateral raises? To be honest, absolutely no significance whatsoever. It's just work. But at the end of the day, I don't have a good phone mount to capture training videos just yet. I did order one from Amazon, so hopefully next week we'll be able to get some better training footage. But for right now, this is what I had, so this is why I incorporated it. Thanks, guys. So I spent a lot of time yesterday thinking about health and fitness and how attributed a lot of eating conditions and just disorders that people have can be attributed to learned behavior. We're all taught stuff growing up, and like to think that the majority of it is good, but a lot of us have learned behaviors that affect us long term. Things that a lot of people probably wouldn't realize that kids pay attention to, or that kids are experiencing when they're growing up, that cause them to react to certain situations specific ways when they get older. And I thought about that in regards to my own life and my eating habits and things that I do. And I look back and remember being poor a lot, and my mom's way of providing for us when money was tight were low quality, calorie dense foods. You look at stuff like tuna casseroles and macaroni and cheese with hot dogs chopped up in it, and stuff like that. Those are processed foods, lots of trans fat, lots of saturated fat, things that nowadays a lot of people look at and they're like, oh, that's terrible, and yeah, they are. But when you're poor and a box of mac and cheese is 75 cents and a pack of hot dogs is $2 and you can feed your entire family for that, it is what it is. We didn't grow up so poor to the point that we didn't have food. You know, I didn't really experience stuff like that until I got older and was out on my own, where I would literally go days without eating. But I definitely had a lot of experience with, you know, just eating poorly on a budget. You know, you look at, I mean, even nowadays, you know, it's difficult for me, even when things are good financially, to eat the way that I know that I should for my body type and for what I'm trying to accomplish when I live in a house with 3 kids and a wife, and none of them are eating the same way I am. So I'm literally buying, you know, hundreds of dollars of food sometimes a week for myself, not at the moment, but in the past. And it's, you know, it's expensive. I mean, when you look at the amount of calories that someone who's trying to build mass and or sustain mass and lose fat, and, you know what I mean, a lot of times I'd be eating 4,000, 4,500 calories a day, and that's a lot of food. Even when you stick to the cheaper stuff like chicken and rice and potatoes, it adds up, and it's still volume. And, you know, so there are people who are in circumstances or in situations that truly can't do what's necessary because of finances, because of brain programming, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff. Now, can you beat it? Of course you can. Habits are habits, just like anything else. And if you can quit smoking, you could quit drinking, you know, if you can even start going to the gym, you're breaking a habit of laziness. So are these habits able to be broken? Yes. But a lot of times it's harder because they're not visible. And what I mean by that is people don't actually see that they have an issue or that they have these learned behaviors that's causing them to go after these, you know, poor quality, calorie dense foods that are really bad for them. So just a thought on my walk here today. Day number 7. Later, guys. What's going on, guys? So I just wanted to kind of wrap up week 2 with just a short little synopsis of kind of like how the week went. You know, I'm still getting this whole video editing thing down. You know, I don't really have any good software for it, so it's been kind of like all cell phone stuff. And I know some of the long conversations I had, because I'm very long-winded, could have probably been edited down a little bit more. So I know this video is going to end up probably being close to 20 minutes long. And most of you probably won't watch the whole thing, so you won't even see this, and that's okay. But for those of you out there who are watching this because in some way, shape, or form I've motivated you or helped you to kind of get back, you know, on your own journey, you know, whether it's fitness, whether it's just taking a risk in life, whatever the, you know, the case may be, I appreciate you. I thank you, you know, just for tuning in. But this week has been, it's had its ups and downs, you know. Tuesday was officially day 7. So today's Friday, and I'm actually going to go ahead and drop this video today, even though technically week 2 is not over until Tuesday of next week. But I just wanted to get myself on a good schedule, you know, of doing this. So I may even wait and drop it Saturday, just, you know, so that it's out there. But long story short, you know, without all those little minor details, is I came into the week with a really, really, really super positive mindset. I felt good. I was excited. You know, I was sore, but good sore. And it was just easy. I was kind of coasting, you know. And I was kind of like on cloud 9 because the endorphins were kicking in. I was really feeling, you know, better about making this decision to take my life back. And then I kind of hit a lull in the middle of the week, you know, like Wednesday. I woke up and I started questioning, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through this? Why, you know, what, you know, I'm just going to fail again. I'm just going to get to a certain point and quit. And I started doubting myself. And it was like one of those moments where I just walked into the bathroom, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, dude, why are you doing this to yourself? You know, you're beating yourself up, you are doubting yourself, you're causing yourself to struggle for no reason. Like, what is going on? Like, just take the bull by the horns and go. Just do what you got to do. And that moment and that conversation with myself in the mirror just kind of like, you know, cemented my plan. And that was also the day that I kind of, you know, had the discussion with my daughters, and they wanted to do some video, and I kind of got them on film. And even though it was very awkward, and you know, I was hoping for like some cute, like, you know, like stuff that's gonna make you teary-eyed, and all three of them were just like so nervous just to be on camera that they came off as like robotic and not sincere in any way. But they are sincere. They love their dad, hopefully. And you know, and some of the things that they say off camera to me are just, you know, super, super encouraging. Especially, you know, my oldest daughter, Maya, is she's my biggest advocate when it comes to longevity, long term, like me being here for a long time. You know, she's the first one to tell me, Dad, you know, you sure you don't want to start working out again? You sure you don't want to do this? You know, like because she's older, she's the voice of reason, you know. The little ones are, they're the ones that, their way of being kind and sweet to me is, Dad, you're getting fat. Like, your belly's getting big. I can bounce on your belly again. You know, I mean, and I love both sides of the coin. I mean, Morgan, you know, the little one is just, you know, they're my reasons. You know, I'm bigger right now than I promised myself I would ever be again. And that infuriates me. Because I let my situation and my circumstance dictate my life, and I've done it before. And it breaks my heart. Do I know that I can work hard and get back to where I want to be? Yes. But it's so different. You know, getting here was easy. Getting here required hand to mouth. You know, little to no effort whatsoever. And now it's hard. You know, now there are days that life sucks. You know, last night I could barely lift my arms. I was just, you know, in bed trying to turn over, and I didn't even have the strength in my arms to push myself on the bed to turn. You know, I mean, I had to like kind of like roll over, you know, I mean, and little things like that, just inconveniences and stupid stuff, you know, those are things that break people at this time. And I don't want that to be me. I don't want that to be me. Thank you guys for following along. We're over 20 minutes, and I apologize. Keep an eye on the IG and the story, because I'll try to drop some stuff in there throughout the week. And once I get a better camera mount, I'll start doing some more training footage. I actually ordered one from Amazon, so hopefully that'll be here, and I'll be able to actually mount my camera so I can do some training footage and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys, and if you're following along, thank you so much. So I'm taking my life back. Week 2.